I don't know what it is about you, but you got me feeling some kind of way. I'm gonna dive right in, I don't care. Give me the word, tell me what do you say. I think I know what I want, come on and vibe with me. Don't let it go, I just want you to stay. I think I know what I need, come on, get lost with me. Don't let it go, don't let it go. I don't know what it is about you, but I'm living for every word that you say. You're the fire in my eyes, you're my ecstasy, and I'm not gonna keep my feelings happy. I think I know what I want, come on and vibe with me. Don't let it go, I just want you to stay. I think I know what I need, come on, get lost with me. Don't let it go. Let's go. My history is old news, baby, you're the one I need. We can take it slow, baby, I'm happy going at your speed. What can I do to make you see me in a perfect night? Need you to see, need you to be with me tonight.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Daily Grind Fantasy official live stream for the 7-game NBA slate. Tonight we have a featured sponsored official live stream by Jock Market. If you guys haven't signed up for Jock Market, what are you doing? First of all, second of all, you can get free $20 just by depositing $20 into your account, so why not try it out? You have a free $20 to play with. Tonight we're going to give you some of our favorite picks over there on Jock Market. Already been doing the research, so we'll have those ready for you. DGF 20 about 30 minutes away from doing that sponsored segment, but right now we're going to jump into the DraftKings portion of our slate coverage. TJ, we have some crazy value. I've never seen this high of ownership on any specific player ever since we've ever covered NBA. This is insane. So let's start out right there in Houston with pretty much everybody. So let's hear the take on Houston.
Yeah, so Houston's an absolute mess right now, Matt. Honestly, it's like, where do we even start?
Yeah.
Kevin Porter, I mean, is just the obvious play. But before we dive into who we actually like from Houston, we don't have Eric Gordon.
Yep.
We don't have Daniel House. We don't have Oladipo. There's no PJ Tucker. There's no John Wall. There's no Christian Wood. There's no Nwaba. Or Nwaba's currently questionable. Dante Exum, smell ya. Karooks, nope. Harden, you're no longer there. You're in Brooklyn. They literally have nobody.
Yep.
So when we're looking at Houston, there's so much value here. Like Kevin Porter at 3,200. Matt, before I know we're going to wait to go into Jock Market. He's currently ranked 5th for Jock Market in terms of how many points they think he's going to score tonight. He's 5th, Kevin Porter is. So at 3,200, you saw him last night obviously benefit with Eric Gordon leaving that game in the second half. He played 30 minutes. He had 42.25 DraftKings points. Literally did it all for Houston in the blowout. It's the same type of situation that we see tonight. He's currently projected at 35 minutes. So at 3,200, he's an absolute free space. KJ Martin at 3K, he might start. Like, even if he doesn't start, he's 3K. He's going to play probably 28, 30 minutes off the bench. Like, he's another free space. So right there, you have two guys that are combined $6,200 that are absolute cash locks. Matt, KJ Martin as our value. He's a 1.02 fantasy point per minute. Oh, excuse me. He gets a 2% usage bump with all those guys on the floor. 1.31 fantasy point per minute. That was actually in a 62-minute sample size. We even pegged as a 14.7 value. Okay. 14.7.
Yeah.
That's absolutely absurd. So what are you doing?
Huh? No, I'm just nothing. I'm not being weird. I'm just laughing. That's all. At the value. Okay. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
But
You're making me sad. Sterling Brown, 4,500. Love him. Like Ben McLemore, 3,500. Like, I think you and I honestly could hit value tonight for Houston. So yeah, in terms of cash tonight for Houston, you need at least two. It's Kevin Porter and KJ Martin. You can get Sterling Brown if you want as well. And then Ben McLemore also carrying ownership. And these guys are going to play minutes even if this game blows out. Utah's 20-point favorites right now?
Yeah.
It currently sits at, actually it's a 17-point spread right now currently. Excuse me, it currently sits at 18.5 points. So Utah Jazz are 18.5-point favorites. It's absolutely absurd.
Might be conservative, to be honest.
Yeah, and I mean, it doesn't matter if this game blows out. Like Kevin Porter, KJ Martin, Ben McLemore, Sterling, but they're gonna play minutes no matter what. So yeah. I love Houston tonight in cash. I think that's where you need to start 100%.
We got a comment from a friend real quick. TJ, you might want to check the comments here. TJ's cracked right now is what he says. You know who I'm talking about if you read it.
All
right,
Jarrett.
So here we go.
Always cracked, baby.
So here we go, TJ. Here's the question, okay?
What?
These guys are gonna get blown out. But doesn't that mean you shouldn't play anybody from this team if they get blown out?
Okay.
No, seriously, that's a question. So when we get that question, well, why would we play these guys if they're going to get blown out?
Because it's such a small rotation, Matt. They don't have anybody available. They're going to get minutes. Like you can guarantee that Tate, most likely Patton, Sterling Brown, Kevin Porter, they're all going to play probably 35 plus minutes. Like KJ Martin's going to be around there. So will Ben McLemore, probably be around that 28 to 30 minute mark. They just don't have bodies. So even if like it's Utah that you need to be scared about, like I wouldn't be playing anybody from the Utah side of the ball because they probably won't see the floor the last 14, 16 minutes hypothetically in this game if it goes as planned. So yeah, it doesn't matter about Houston because they don't have anybody to play. So they're all going to get minutes regardless. So I absolutely love Houston for cash.
And if you guys really think it's going to be that much of a blowout, which it definitely could be, Anthony Lamb and blowout potential moments. I mean, we don't know what this roster is going to look like down the stretch here in the fourth quarter. We have no idea who's going to play. So if you guys want to guess, again, Anthony Lamb was probably the only guy that I can guarantee you that's going to play, and very he's going to log in this very big blowout game type situation. So
yeah, I mean,
yeah,
I was just going to say, like, KJ Martin played 12 minutes last night in that fourth quarter against Sacramento. Anthony Lamb played 10. Kevin Porter played 8, but I mean, he had already played 30 minutes almost. Sterling Brown would be a guy that potentially couldn't play in a blowout. But Patton played some minutes, but we have to take into consideration that was actually with Oladipo, and he played 7 minutes in that fourth. So, all these guys are going to play minutes.
All right.
Put them in your cash line.
I know we have to get going forward, but let me ask you one more question. How many are we playing in cash?
I'm probably going to have a minimum of 2. 100% you'll have 2. I'll probably have 3, potentially 4.
Okay.
So I think 3 is where I lie. I'll probably have a 4th though.
Okay, because you know how I am. I'm super aggressive. I think you can play up to 4 or 5, TJ. I think you can get fit. I think you can actually fit 5 in there, assuming what you do with the rest of the stud play there.
Yeah, there's some other good plays that we need to look at. So that's why I'm saying you're gonna have at least 2, probably 3, potentially 4.
Let's move on to some more good plays then. Let's move over to the 76ers against Washington. The highest over-under, I do believe, let me just double-check that. Yeah, highest over-under on the entire slate. We're without Ben Simmons. Joel Embiid is back and expected to play this full starter minutes. So, TJ, without Ben Simmons, who benefits the most?
Embiid does. Absolute smash spot for him. He's a lock in cash at 10-7 in a really weak matchup against Washington down low. He gets a 6.7% usage bump, Matt, without Ben Simmons. He's a 1.9 fantasy point per minute, 41.6% total usage. We have him as a 6.63 value, which is absolutely absurd for somebody that's 10-7. I have him pegged for 70.96 DraftKings points. I absolutely love Embiid tonight. He's going to be a lock for me in cash. Outside of Embiid, honestly, I don't really have too much interest here in cash. Like Tobias Harris was a guy that everybody was on last night. Obviously, that game blew out. He didn't play as many minutes as he should have. He actually had 33.75 DraftKings points in 25 minutes. So if he gets his allotted time and plays around 35 minutes in a competitive game, he absolutely smashes value. But at 8,300, he does get a really good, significant usage boost without Simmons. 4.5% usage bump, 1.2 fantasy points per minute, 27.8% total usage. Have him pegged for 45 DraftKings points. So I do like taking Tobias, probably in tournaments. I don't think I'll go there in cash. Sure. The only guy I'm looking at tonight in cash is going to be Joel Embiid.
But I do like him. It's just because of the lineup construction tonight. I don't think you're going to be able to get to somebody, as funny as it sounds, as cheap as Tobias Harris. Again, we're looking at studs here to pay up for. For tonight. And by the way, if you guys want to get contrarian at all, play the mid-range guys. They will all carry very, very low ownership.
100%.
Let's move over to my San Antonio Spurs, who are going against Orlando, the lowest over-under on the entire slate. We're also going to switch over to the other side of the ball because there's some good plays over there. But starting with my Spurs, DeRozan and Aldridge are both out tonight, so there's a lot of usage to go around and a lot of men-priced guys. At least when the Spurs are concerned here, there's a lot of guys in that 4 to 5K range. I really think that can benefit. TJ, who are you going to be considering here for cash from the Spurs?
So Derek White is the guy that really sticks out, Matt, with no Aldridge and no DeRozan on the floor tonight. He gets a 4.3% usage bump. He's a 1.17 fantasy point per minute, 27.2% total usage, which is the highest on the team. Have him pegged for 35.4 DraftKings points, a 7.22 value on the sheet. So I absolutely love Derek White in that mid-tier range at 4,900. Outside of Derek White, like Patty Mills is also interesting, but he's definitely going to be more play for me. He gets a 5.2% usage bump off the bench, 1.06 fantasy points per minute, 25.3% total usage. Haven't pegged for 29 DraftKings points, 6.4 value. Keldon Johnson, I mean, he let a lot of people down when he was chalked.
Including yourself, right?
2 nights ago against Dallas. Yeah, he got into some.
Oh,
he ended up playing 21.
You just cut out for like 5 seconds. Hold on, I think you're good now.
Did I?
Yeah,
we don't like that. So Keldon Johnson did get in some early foul trouble there against Dallas a couple nights ago. So really affected his total minutes, only played 21.5 minutes. But again, if he can stay out of foul trouble tonight against Orlando, I do like him. Probably more of a tournament play. The only guys that I'm really considering right now for cash are going to be Derek White and then potentially DeJounte Murray. It all depends on the builds that I'll currently be constructing. He's a 1.2% usage bump with those two guys off the floor, 1.17 fantasy point per minute. You know the ball is going to be in his hand a lot.
For sure.
Have him projected at 39 DraftKings points. I think that's a little soft, honestly. So I do like DeJounte Murray if you're landing there in that mid-range at 7,500. But Derek White for me in cash is the guy that I'm really honing in on. But I do think there's some really good value here with Murray, Keldon Johnson, Patty Mills, etc.
Can make a case for any one of these guys, including Rudy Gay, who played 27 minutes the other night without Aldridge. Can expect him to even get potentially a little bit more here without DeRozan. So love all these plays. I think they are going to be more GPP viable. But again, guys, anybody but the Houston Rockets and maybe Embiid are going to be GPP viable at this point just because of the ownership. Let's move over to the Orlando side of the ball because everybody got ruled out there, just not as much as the Houston Rockets here. We have Ross, Gordon, Fournier, Cole Anthony, Ennis, Fultz, Isaac out for them. We have no pending. Yeah, no pending, guys. So let's go there, TJ. Where are you looking? I know you love them on the sheet, but realistically here against the Spurs, they're going to be putting up about 104 points, which doesn't really get me too excited. Are we considering any one of these guys in cash?
I think you can. I think there's some really good cheap options. Like Chasson Randall is a guy that's going to play a lot of minutes at 3,100. He's currently projected at 31 minutes, Matt. It's really tough because you have that really good Houston value, and I think that's where a lot of people are going to go. So I really do like the Orlando Magic in terms of tournaments, but I do think you can get some cheap pieces. So like I was talking about, Randall last night Played some really good minutes for them against the Miami Heat. Played 30.5 minutes at 3,100, went for 24 DraftKings points. So you can expect him to be around that range again tonight. If he's going to play 30 minutes at 3,100, like I really do like him as a cheap piece, Matt, to go with that Houston value. Dwayne Bacon is also another guy that's kind of intriguing at 4,200. He's a guy that's going to see a lot of the floor. He's a 3.9% usage bump with all those guys off the floor. And again, it's a lot of guys off the floor. The minutes are a little smaller than, we'd like to actually run out when we are running our values, but I think it's a little bit of a gauge that we can look at. He's a 0.98 fantasy point per minute too, which was something that was definitely enticing for me. So I don't hate going there. Michael Carter-Williams is the guy that I really love tonight for tournaments at 6,300. I think his ownership's going to be very low. Yep. He gets a 10.8% usage bump with all those guys off the floor. 1.23 fantasy point per minute. Yeah. Ball in his hands a lot. There's no Vooch. There's no Cole Anthony. There's no Ross. There's no Fournier. There's so many guys out. So Michael Carter-Williams' usage is going to be really high. So I do like him. Vooch, 10-3 is interesting. But again, I'm not too high on this over-under pace of this game that we could potentially see. But I do think there's some really good value. I think Randall's probably my favorite at 3,100 just because of the minutes that he's going to see, with or without a blowout. And these other guys are definitely really intriguing tournament plays like Dwayne Bacon, Vooch if this game stays competitive, Michael Carter-Williams, and even Mo Bamba at 3K.
He's very good.
He played 14 minutes last night. If he can play 14 minutes again, he's a 4.3%. He's a 1.45 fantasy point.
Literally,
I like him for tournaments. Yeah, just the minutes aren't going to be there. But again, I do think there's some really good value here in Orlando.
Absolutely, and I'll just keep saying this. Anybody but the Houston value is going to be GPP options, including this team. I think Vooch could definitely end up in maybe...
You don't like Randall as a piece in cash?
No, I do. He's probably the only guy I was about to say. He's the only guy I'd probably consider in cash. Cool. Vucevic might end up in there, but again, we're going to prefer somebody like Embiid. So talk about a pivot if you guys believe more in Vooch. And I think I could definitely land on Vooch and GBPs with that pivot just because the Spurs do suck down low as well, especially with Aldridge. So, TJ, we've been getting a ton of questions in the Discord and also in the YouTube chat about Cleveland value. Garland is ruled out.
Garland's out. Yep. Kevin Love is playing.
So let's go over there. Have you computed values? It looks like you have.
I have. I was just waiting for... No, I did on my end. No Drummond, no Garland. Teron Prince also out. Obviously, Dellavedova has been out as well. I was just waiting on minutes to get updated here, and it looks like they did. So give me one second. Bradley Beal will play. Okay, thank God, because that was what we were really pending.
That would have crushed us.
Because if he was out, then Westbrook and,
Sure. Yep.
I would have been in shambles. Paul Millsap, Michael Green.
Do you need the minutes? I can read them to you.
Yeah, hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me just... I mean, not much is really going to change here for minutes, right? So we have Jared Allen's minutes aren't going to be affected by a guy like Garland getting ruled out. I'm going to put Sexton to 38 minutes. What do you have Seti at?
I have Seti at 18. Interesting.
That's not right. Those aren't updated.
They are.
Are they?
They are. Yep. Garland's at 0. Yep. Everybody's updated. If you think about it, because Kevin Love would...
No, they got... Yeah, Kevin Love's in. Yeah, no, you're right. You're totally right. I completely forgot about Kevin Love.
Yeah. Yep, Osman is trash, so...
Good call, Matt. He is very trash. Yeah. He's very trash. But for some reason, my brain was just like, oh, no Nance, no Love. Yeah, so I don't really have too much interest here in Cleveland. You have Nance tonight.
Feelings. Go ahead.
You have Nance tonight. You have Kevin Love. If I'm going anywhere, it could be Sexton at 8,100. It's a really good matchup against the Pelicans. But it all depends on what we're going to see as a starting lineup. I think that's going to be enticing here. Are we going to see Windler start at the 2? Will Kevin Love start? So there's a lot of unknowns, but the good thing is that first game at 8:00. So we'll have a starting lineup for sure before the slate locks. But yeah, Matt, I don't have too much interest here. If anything, I could see people rostering Sexton at 8,100 with no Garland. He does get a 4.8% usage bump. He's a 1.1 fantasy point per minute, 32.8% total usage. Have him as a 5.4 value, 43.8 DraftKings points. So,
again, does not trump that Houston, Orlando value
or Miami.
Yeah, we're about to go to Miami. So you want to go there now?
I'd love to.
All right, Jimmy Butler. We can move on, right? No. What do you think about Jimmy Butler? He's an absolute beast lately. 9.2K.
Yeah, he's probably my second favorite spend up tonight, Matt. Going home against Chicago as well. So if you're in narratives, that obviously could hold true tonight. At 9,200 right now with no Bam and no Avery Bradley. Jimmy Butler's still underpriced at 92. 1.7% usage bump, Matt. 1.58 fantasy points per minute. 29.2% total usage. Have him pegged for 5. He's a 5.94 value. 54.63 DraftKings points is what we have him pegged for. So I absolutely love him. You know how high I've been on Olynyk?
Yes, you have been.
That last game against the Pelicans
Beast.
or right before the All-Star break, and then last night against Orlando, smash value again. So I do think Olynyk, I think you can go there again in a really good matchup against Chicago. I don't know if I'll be doing it tonight because, and you know, Embiid obviously takes precedence, but Olynyk does have power forward eligibility.
Exactly.
Jimmy Butler's the one guy that I do want to roster alongside Embiid as one of my other stud spend-ups. I think you can go to an Olynyk, but outside of those two guys, I really don't have too much interest here in Miami. Yeah. But again, it's a really good matchup, especially for Olynyk down low against Chicago.
I think Dragic makes for an interesting GPP option, 5.8% ownership, and also Tyler Hero just because he's a shooter. Slight pace of spot for them against Chicago, so don't mind him at 5.6K. But wow, you're on fire tonight, TJ. You're rifling through all of these teams. So, do we have any more cash options that you want to cover here? I mean, we haven't even talked about LeBron. I'm just kidding.
LeBron
sucks.
James?
Yeah, he sucks. AD's still out. He's more of a GBP option. Anybody else?
I mean, I think a lot of builds tonight. Yeah, I was gonna say you're gonna be able to get up and you're gonna be able to get up and probably get LeBron too. I think I lean Jokic here in the matchup against Memphis opposed to LeBron against Indiana. You know, the one thing we do have to take in consideration here, Matt, is that Denver is getting a little bit healthier. So if I see like JaMychal Green and Millsap available, maybe that kind of weans me off of Jokic and I go to a guy like LeBron with no AD and no Gasol. But, you know, for right now, I think I lean Jokic, but I think you're going to be able to get one of those guys in your lineup, especially if you're building maybe Embiid and Butler. I think you can have a third stud in there, especially with all that Houston value and potentially one of those cheaper guys for Orlando. But yeah, I mean, outside of the Spurs value, like we talked about, Houston, you know, Philly with Embiid, Miami with Butler and potentially Olynyk, Orlando, the Spurs. I mean, that's the chalk for me right now.
Yeah.
That's kind of where my one line is leaning right now.
Again, guys, you won't believe the ownership on Kevin Porter tonight. It is 86.2% in GPPs. So honestly, yes, he's a sharp fade. No, he's not a fade, but you're literally banking on an entry at that point. That's how obvious of a play this is. Kevin Porter, $3,200. I think 36 minutes is his floor. Literally, he's going to be playing the entire game. If this game stays competitive, he's going to be playing 42 minutes. Yeah.
Starting lineup for the Cavs, we have Sexton, Okoro, Nance, Love, and Jarrett Allen. Yeah, I have no interest there for Cleveland.
None at all. Wait, did they say Love? Love is starting?
Yep, Kevin Love is starting at the 4. Yeah,
no interest whatsoever. All those minutes are going to be so spread out.
Sexton maybe tournament play. I don't hate it, but it's a really good matchup against the Pelicans. It's going to be an up pace spot there for Cleveland.
I will say just before we move on to the next segment, which is going to be Jock Market. With Utah, they are all so very low owned. If you guys think this is going to be at all whatsoever competitive, Rudy Gobert, smash spot. Mike Conley, smash spot. Donovan Mitchell, smash spot, all very low ownership. I think those are going to be my favorite GPP plays just because nobody's going to be on these guys whatsoever, and they're all mid-range priced. So, again, if you think Houston's going to be close... What's up?
I was going to say, look at the last message from Nick in the chat.
I know, I saw. I chuckled.
Incredible.
Nick's the man. But yeah, if you guys think this Houston matchup's going to be close whatsoever, then yeah. So, let's move on to the next segment. TJ, are you ready? And then we'll circle back to some DraftKings plays here. So before we do that, though, what is he doing? Okay.
Hey.
Hi, what's going on, man? Did not know you were gonna do that, but what were you doing
talking about?
There?
Are you talking about my new Manscaped the lawnmower 3.0?
Yeah, what is that? Was that a good shave?
Yeah, that was probably the smoothest hairiest shave that I've ever had in my entire life, and that was thanks to Manscaped. And the Lawnmower 3.0, Matt, this trimmer is skin safe. This trimmer has skin safe technology, and it is a perfect tool for an incredible grooming experience. And Matt, I just want to let everybody know that if you don't know Manscaped, this is normally for your, the region downstairs. I have yet to use it there. I've been saving it to shave my beautiful face.
Yeah.
So I just want to make sure everybody knows that I'm not going.
Yeah.
So, but Matt, how does it look?
That looks amazing, and the chat is going ballistic. So I'm glad that they all agree with me. Yeah, I think.
Look at the rest of my face. It's absolutely incredible. We'll have to get rid of.
All right. The reason we did this, guys, we are officially partnered with Manscaped. Use code DGF for all their products over there. Your balls will thank you. 20% off. Thank you. 20% off of all products. TJ, we grabbed an entire box full of things.
Oh, Matt.
And we bought them for 20% off plus free shipping. What else did you get in that box?
Matt, so my package actually came for my package, naturally. I actually grabbed some ball deodorant and ball toner. I've used the ball deodorant. Yeah. It's flawless. It's absolutely flawless.
It's amazing.
I'm obsessed with it. The toner kind of scares me. We can't get into that right now. She's on the couch. Right. The ball toner scares me because it's a spray, but it's absolutely electric. The razor, as you can see, is fantastic. I can't because I look pathetic right now. It looks really weird. I can kind of see myself a little bit, and I look strange. I have hair in my mouth. I have hair everywhere. Fantastic shaver, guys. Like Matt said, give him a test. Look at this LED light too, Matt.
Dude, it's like a flashlight. You can just take that in the woods.
It's a flashlight. Yeah. I'm gonna be in the shower tonight using this, and I'm just gonna be in the dark because I don't need lights on.
All right, guys.
A Lawnmower 3.0.
We would greatly appreciate it if you help support the channel. Use that code DGF. If you don't want to use it for yourself, use it for another family friend. That'd be a funny present to get them. Again, 20% off of all their products, literally everything on their site, and plus free shipping. So we've used it ourselves, and I promise you it works. All right, let's get back to some Jock Market plays, DJ.
Yeah, let's dive into Jock Market.
We gotta let you read some of the comments you got in the chat. That was hilarious. All right, that went better than I thought it would. All right, let's go over. So I want to see what Michael Carter Williams' price dropped to or not his price, his placement, because that was one play I was on this morning. So let me switch over to the app. By the way, somebody clip that.
That is definitely.
I will probably personally clip that since this is all being recorded.
Oh, you said somebody clip it or somebody did?
Somebody clip it, yeah. They added that feature on YouTube. I don't know if you know that, TJ, but you can clip it just on Twitch. Yeah, pretty cool. That was hilarious.
Matt, I shouldn't put the ball deodorant on my face, correct? I won't do that. I don't have a ball.
Until you try it. Let's try it.
I don't have balls on my face. Okay.
Your balls will. You guys like that? That's not my slogan. That's their actual slogan. My balls will thank you. I kid you not. Kid you not.
Yep. All right, let's go ahead and dive into Jock Market. Yep. Matt,
what's up?
Michael Carter Williams.
Who
gets that 10.8% usage bump with all those guys off the floor? Okay, 1.23 fantasy point per minute. Now, we're not in love with the matchup, obviously, against the Spurs. Sure. It is the lowest over-under that we do have on the slate. But with all of those injuries there from Michael Carter Williams, the usage is up 32.8% total usage, second highest on the team behind Vooch. He currently sits 27th right now against the Spurs with no pending bids. Okay. That is his pre-rank, 27. I absolutely love Michael Carter Williams. They have him projected at 29.23 fantasy points. Now, remember, guys, when you talk about Jock Market, you have to take in consideration that the scoring to DraftKings is exactly the same, except you lose half a point for every missed shot. We currently have Michael Carter Williams at 42. They have him at 29.23. I think that's a fantastic buy right now. He has no bids. He's definitely somebody that I'm going to buy. So I'm going to go ahead and place a bid right now on Michael Carter Williams.
So here's my question.
And if you do $5 a share right now for Michael Carter Williams, Matt, sorry to cut you off.
Good.
Your implied break-even point would be 26th. He sits at 27th right now. You need him to finish north of 26th. Absolutely love it. I just bought 5 shares of Michael Carter Williams at $5 pop. Love that.
Why can't I find him? He doesn't exist on my app.
He exists.
Dude, I'm looking at 27.
I just bid on him.
What is going on? They're all the right players. He's just not in the player pool. Dude, I kid you not.
He said TJ over here shaving his face with ball buzzers and still only 10 likes. Smash that like for them. Thank you, Jay.
We got 10 likes right now?
Yep.
All right. Yeah, that's my favorite play on the entire slate, TJ. Let me pull up my cheat sheet because you know what? My app is freaking out.
Bring up the cheat sheet.
No, seriously, it's freaking out. I don't understand what's going on.
Another guy that I really like that I think
it gave it to you on the stream last night. Kawhi Leonard finished 5th, and he was 20th. I'm just saying that was an easy ROI.
Yeah, 100%. I don't even want to talk about your Rudy Gay call the other night. He's definitely somebody that's intriguing. He currently sits 40th, Matt. I think that's a really good buy low candidate tonight.
I got one. You ready? I think this is just a mispriced guy, TJ, in a very good matchup. So we have Will Barton still benefiting with a couple of injuries here. What, you like him?
No, I just found somebody else that I like more than anybody.
Right now, we're still pinning injury news on JaMychal Green and Millsap. They're still questionable. If they are held out, I like Barton that much more. I think just in general.
67. Wow.
Yeah, he's 60. Well, he's 63 for me. So we're in two different contests. But if he's at 67 for you, that's an automatic buy. I just think he passes the eye test. Right now, we have him projected to finish 41st, TJ. So great jump there. I think he has a lot of upside. Also, want to talk about all of these Houston guys. Right now, Tate, what's he showing for you?
I have Tate at 27, 28, excuse me. So he was right below.
Yeah.
He's right below Michael Carter Williams. It was definitely somebody that I have my eye on.
Yeah.
But I kind of think somebody else
overlooked tonight.
Matt, if I'm going dumpster diving, Derek White's currently 54.
TJ.
22.6 fantasy points they have him projected at right now, Derek White. We have him at 35.4. Absolutely love him. Currently.
That was my favorite next play.
That is who else I'm going to put a bid on right now. Derek White, buy 5 shares. I'm going to do.
And he's not on the limit minute. Wow. Minute limit. There we go.
Say it again.
Nothing. Minute limit.
What about it?
He's not on one anymore.
Right. Correct.
Yes.
Yep. Love him. Yep. Absolutely love him. So him and Michael Carter Williams are honestly I think they're my favorite 2 cheaper plays.
Another player that passes the eye test for me, Tyler Hero in the pace-up spot versus Chicago. He's sitting there at 53, has a lot of upside just in general. Could easily finish in the top 40, which is where we haven't predicted that, TJ.
Yep.
So I love him as well. What's up?
If you had to pick one guy to finish first tonight, so if you're looking to get that $25 payout, who are you looking at?
It's got to be Embiid, but I know that's not.
You think it's Embiid?
Yeah, okay. I can tell you one thing. I'm going to be shorting. I'm not going to be buying any Kevin Porters tonight. He's not finishing top 4.
Right.
I don't know about that. No, that's crazy.
He's not worth it. I think he's honestly probably going to finish top 10. But I think the price is going to be too high. You're going to need him to probably finish within that top 5. And I don't really trust that. The guy that I really wanted to hone in on, but now I'm seeing that the bid on him is really expensive. It's at $7.56. Jimmy Butler currently sits 6th. I love him tonight against Chicago again. If I think anybody can potentially compete with Embiid for that 1 spot, I think Embiid probably finishes first tonight on the overall slate against Washington. Jimmy Butler would probably have my money next.
Yeah, Jimmy Butler's
he's
a great
somebody
play.
I'm interested in. And then maybe taking a chance on like Westbrook or Beal. They sit 7th and 9th right now. If that game can stay competitive, and which it should, with no Simmons there for Philly, like those are 2 guys that I think could potentially, Westbrook is he's a triple-double monster. Every time he steps on the floor, he can go for a triple-double. And Beal's somebody that can get you 40 points. And that's raw points. So I wouldn't mind taking a chance there on Westbrook and Beal, depending on where they're about to finish, right when the IPO phase ends up finishing or coming to a close there 2 minutes before that 8 p.m. start. So those are 2 guys that I'm really interested in. But I think Jimmy Butler, man, the current bid on Jimmy Butler is $7.56. I think I'm gonna grab me a couple shares of Jimmy.
Another good one just passes the eye test in a very good matchup. Steven Adams all the way down here at 55, and we know that we get penalized for missing shots, TJ. Well, Steven Adams is not missing too many shots tonight, so I like him down low, grabbing some boards. I think he has a very high floor and some good ceiling potential there if he does get some more minutes in a very good matchup. So I like him there at that 55 spot.
Yeah, he actually started out that game last night against Minnesota. I think he had like 11 DraftKings points in the first 2 minutes.
I believe it.
And he's one of those guys that can kind of disappear, which I do get worried about. And obviously that's something you can assume when you have guys like Zion and an absolute blowout is very strange. But yeah,
JaMychal Green just got ruled out, so Barton, another bump, guys. Just saying.
Okay. Any news on Millsap?
Nothing yet.
Okay.
But we're getting that update now, so I'm assuming it will come through.
Okay. I look so weird right now.
Dude, we have to go back
at the YouTube, and it's like I have nothing as my mustache, and I just have all this weird hair. I look like a hippie.
Dude, I'm gonna clip that and then post it on Twitter.
Like it. I might
it's
keep
hilarious.
It, what do you think?
Yeah, what does she think?
Amanda threw up in her mouth.
Okay.
She said no.
Look like a leprechaun.
Thank you. I do kind of look
if only you had my facial hair color.
I just purchased some shares of Jimmy. I had to do it because he's my second favorite play tonight besides Embiid.
All right.
Yeah, Matt. I think there's a lot of good cheaper Jock Market plays. Even some of these Houston guys
There's
are kind
so
of
many
falling
cheap
by the
plays
wayside.
tonight.
Like KJ Martin.
Yeah.
Currently sitting 23rd. Like they have him pegged for 31.3 fantasy points, which I think is fair. But he'd be somebody that I'm interested in for sure. Tate also at 29. They have Sterling Brown at 31. Like some of those Houston guys that are going to play 35 minutes are definitely intriguing. I don't know if they're going to finish top 10, but I definitely think they can beat their break-even point depending on where you get them for a bid price before the IPO phase ends.
Real quick, guys, for anybody who is joining, this is the sponsored segment of the Jock Market stream here. We have about 5 to 10 minutes left on the sponsored section, and then we'll jump into some Super Draft and then DraftKings plays. But if you guys haven't played Jock Market, don't be afraid. Deposit using code DGF20. You get a free $20 bonus. Just free $20 to go ahead and throw it into the stock market. The one good thing I like about Jock Market, guys, is that you can play with $1 or you can play with $1,000. It doesn't matter, and you play with the same open market. It's just like the stock market. If you want to buy a lot of shares of a certain stock, you don't have to. But if you want to go all in on, let's say, Apple, you go all in. If you want to go all in on Embiid tonight, you go all in. If you don't, just one share, you can buy one share of Embiid. Not saying that's smart because he's number one, but you guys get the point. You buy him in the version of a stock, watch it rise or unfortunately fall throughout the night, and you make a profit or a loss based on how they finish. Okay, so that's the one good thing I love about Jock Market. All of our favorite plays are we just gave you some of them, and then the rest of them will be posted to Patreon a little bit later. And I know TJ absolutely loves Jock Market.
Your balls will thank you.
Yes, your balls will thank you.
I've been consistently playing for like 3 weeks, and I can tell you now I'm actually up $410. That's my available balance. I put on $100, so I'm technically up $310.
Nice. And again,
Yep,
you were just testing out through that time too, so now you're a master. You might as well just go all in now.
Yeah, I've been secretly just taking everybody's money.
Yeah.
I just think there's so many good plays, like the Rudy Gay play that we had the other night, Matt, that you were high on. That alone won me like $60. So I just think if you can utilize Matt's sheet, it just makes
some great plays
so
on there,
much
man.
easier, especially over here on Jock Market.
I'll show you guys actually what it looks like because this won't help you now because this was this morning's.
Right,
but
this isn't updated, correct?
Yeah, it shows the Jock Market top rankings here on the left side, and then it shows our ranks based on our projections, and then it shows you the value, how many projected spots they should jump. You literally just sort by value and you take the top ones. I mentioned Will Barton. Unfortunately, he's down at the 67th spot now, so that's inaccurate, but you guys get the point. All of these are going to change. I update these right before lock, and I think it's been working out, TJ. At least it has been for our members. I've had some bad plays, but a majority of them have been pretty good. So
then bad plays are going to happen.
Yeah.
Night in and night out. That's just the way it works. Like what?
Shave your head.
Oh God, no! My hair won't grow back. I can't do that. Absolutely
Maybe
not.
one day. Do you know what? If we pull a $50,000 Steph, I think that's the only time you'll get him to do that.
I'll never shave my head. Nope.
Okay.
I'll shave anything else on my body. Well, I'll shave my armpits if you guys want.
Head if I get a 50,000. I basically don't have hair.
Yeah, your hair will grow back. My hair will not come
will.
back. I can't do it. I can't risk
it.
It
really won't.
Probably not. I don't want to talk about
sorry.
it. Matt, Patton and Dwayne Bacon. Two guys that are probably going to play north of sitting at 50 and 51. I really like cheap buying.
I feel bad for the people watching because we haven't given any sexy picks. Like we're telling them to take Dwayne Bacon right now.
I don't care. I love Dwayne Bacon.
I do too. I'm just saying.
I just bought Dwayne Bacon. I'm also going to buy
guys
some
like
Patton.
Jokic and Kawhi Leonard, and even though he's not playing tonight.
Buying Patton. Hopefully I don't get outbid.
Why did my Wi-Fi just turn off on my phone, but I'm connected on here?
All right, just bought me some Patton and some Dwayne Bacon at 50 and 51, Matt. And the share price that I did buy him at, they don't really have to improve too much on the spot that they're currently sitting. Dwayne Bacon at 50, Patton at 51. They honestly just need to go north of that, and I make some money off of both of those
assuming
guys,
you don't get outbid, right?
Assuming I don't get outbid, which will happen literally 3 minutes before the IPO ends, which happens. So make sure you're playing Jock to have your notifications
You're skipping.
on.
Say that again.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can.
Okay. I was going to say, getting outbid is something that is frequently happens when you are playing Jock Market. So if you are playing Jock Market tonight, make sure you always have your notifications on so you can get updates if you are getting outbid on certain guys that you really want to have some bids on going into the night.
Yeah. That is the most frustrating part, but I think those are all my favorite plays, TJ. I think I'm ready to move on. I mean, we literally just poured our hearts and souls out on our favorite plays there, and I don't have anybody else to talk about. I don't want to give you guys any bad plays, so
Right.
Are we good to go?
Good to go.
One last thing, guys. DGF20 would really appreciate if you use that. It does help the stream too. Helps everybody here involved, including yourselves. $20 bonus when you use. What's going on? You just feeling your new shave?
I forgot my mustache was gone.
Oh, okay.
It's so smooth.
Short-term
It
memory
literally
loss.
is incredible. You see how fast that took me too?
Yeah, that was pretty quick. All right, let's move on to some super draft. Actually, let's move on to some questions first. I'll get to some super draft questions here pretty soon.
Yo.
What?
Go.
Oh.
Let's go. TikTok time,
Tate
man.
or Rudy Gay straight up. It's going to be Tate for me, right, TJ?
I probably lean Tate, yeah.
Yeah. Vucevic over LeBron and Jokic. I'm assuming that's a question.
I still probably lean Jokic.
Yeah, I like Jokic just because of his star power, but I think in order it's going to be Jokic, Vucevic, LeBron for me.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Yeah, you got to change that Discord pick. That's a good point, TJ.
I will.
Oh, right. We have a lineup here. White, Sterling Brown, Kevin Porter, KJ Martin, Embiid, McLemore, Butler, Jokic. I actually really like that. Trent's always coming up with the fire. Cash from Sandman. It's going to be Bacon and Oh, he's asking combinations. Bacon and McLemore or Randall Chaston. Is that his first name? Randall and Keldon Johnson. So I like the second one more. I do like.
Who were the first two?
Bacon and McLemore. It's tough.
Yeah,
Wait, those are two different price tags, though. How much is Bacon?
42.
Okay, I'm wrong then. You're right. Yeah, I like the second one.
I think I go the first.
Okay. I have Westbrook, Embiid, and Jokic in cash. Am I doing it wrong? Probably not. If you stack the Houston guys, I'm assuming that's what you did. Randall, Porter, Butler, Martin, Embiid, Brown, Olynyk, Vooch. I'm assuming. Okay. Yep. Okay. Yeah, I like that. That's a good cash lineup. Yep. I'm assuming you guys are all going the similar direction, and that's all I have.
Okay. Let's see what I have on YouTube, Matt. Well, I get some YouTube questions. Grab some super draft stuffs. Pull that bad boy out, and let's see what we have for questions. It seems like a lot of people saying, "Who is this guy?" Because I shaved. See, this is what you did to me. Yeah, Joshua, you see that? Everybody made fun of me on YouTube. They said, TJ, what's up with that mustache? So what did I do? I went out and got my lawnmower 3.0 using DGF.
So that's what online bullying does, first of all, guys.
Online bullying, you guys made me do this. Now look at me.
Yeah.
Now I look like an asshole, and it's all your faults. So thank you. Hudson, I'm trying to eat Chipotle. Chill. Sorry, man. I had to use my ball razor on my mustache. Let's see what we have for questions, though. Tate or Olynyk? I like Olynyk still. I still do like Kelly. We got a lineup from what? Intarnatious. I got it. DeJounte Murray. Michael. Oh, Kevin Porter Jr. Okay, that's gonna screw me up seeing Porter Jr. Tate, Martin Jr., Olynyk, Derek White, Butler, LeBron. I like it. I just think no Embiid is probably something you don't want to do.
All right, I got some super draft projections for you, TJ. You ready? And for everybody, if you guys aren't playing super draft, what are you doing? First of all, you get a 50% match up to $500 if you deposit using our link or code DailyGrind. So if you guys want to help us out, want to help yourselves out, super draft, very easy to win. This is only our third ad in the stream, guys. We have like 5 more, so get ready for it. All right, Michael Carter Williams at 76.05 fantasy points has a 1.8 times multiplier, TJ. That's a give me play. Yeah, what? Sterling Brown. What do you think his multiplier is?
Probably 1.9.
1.95. Pretty close. Another great play. Joel Embiid has a multiplier. That's all you need to know. Very good. Vucevic, 1.25 times multiplier. By the way, Joel Embiid's power forward eligible. That's broken. Jimmy Butler has a multiplier. That's all you need to know. And then last but not least, our boy, Dwayne Bacon, 1.9 times multiplier, playing 35 minutes. I don't mind that. I guess I'll mention one more.
I get a DB.
Tate at 1.75. So again, Houston guys are dominating the super draft board as well.
We got a lineup from Nick Matt. We got Randall, Porter Jr., Butler, Martin, Embiid, Westbrook, Olynyk, and White. I love that lineup, Nick. Brian has, I can see Embiid and Westbrook getting into it tonight and getting ejected. Honestly, I could see that as well, but I'm still going to be taking Embiid in cash. Hudson says he really likes Vooch. I agree. I do like Vooch. You know, that Orlando team's just in shambles. And if that game blows out potentially, like, he's the guy that's going to sit. So, but I still think he gets minutes, and I do think he is viable if you're going. Kevin Love expected to be on a minutes limit around 10 minutes Friday. DK Cat from Mark. We have AZ said, shave my head. Z-Man just told me to shave my head. Yeah, right, Z, you wish. Mark has a lineup. He's got Chas and Randall. He's got Jr., Jimmy Buckets, Olynyk, Embiid, Sterling Brown, KJ Martin. I like it. We got another lineup here. We got Westbrook, Porter, Butler, Olynyk, Embiid, Brown, Martin Jr., McLemore. I like it. Again, Houston value there. And then getting up for some of those studs. So stars and scrubs type kind of night to night, 100%. Paradox has a tournament lineup here. He's got Michael Carter Williams, Conley, Sexton, Bane, Kevin Porter Jr., Jimmy, Rudy Gay, Tobias, and Vooch. I like it. A lot of good contrarian plays there in that mid tier with Michael Carter, Conley, Sexton. So I can get behind that. TV8 wants me to shave my eyebrows. If I pull a LeBron James or something like that in a legendary pack or a Steph or anything like that, I will 100% shave one of my eyebrows.
You'll shave your eyebrows, but not your head. Okay. I think
correct.
I'm opposite on that one.
Fine. Paradox is the cash lineup now. He's got DeJounte, Schroeder, Randall, Sterling Brown, Seth Curry, Tate, Zion, and Embiid. I think that's too contrarian for me.
We have somebody shouting at us again.
Who is it?
Marmenta.
Marmenta, DeJounte, or Colin?
You have to scream it just like you did.
DeJounte. Take Murray. Was that really loud?
Yeah, that was good. Good.
Okay, sorry guys. Got to change Discord. I will. So no, don't do. I like Michael Carter Williams, but I also like Vooch and Ring. So I'm not sure I want to play 3 Magic. Yeah, Hudson, I probably wouldn't play 3, but I think you can have 1 or 2 if you really want to. I think 1's a safe bet there. Best GPP pay-up options. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Best tournament pay-up options. Sabonis is a guy, 9,900, really good matchup there against the Lakers with no Marc Gasol, no AD, obviously. Currently projected at 9% ownership. I could get behind that. I want to say Jared Allen, but, you know, with Kevin Love being there and playing that 10 minutes and then Larry Nance, I'm probably off him. Honestly, I think my favorite probably spend up would probably be Sabonis.
All right.
I think it's a really good matchup there.
Got some questions here. I can't for the life of me put in Bacon over Beal in Super Draft. Well, hey, he's a 1.9 times multiplier. Bacon, $3,500 on FanDuel. Very spicy, everyone. For love, any love for Seth Curry tonight in GBP at $5,000, or is it worth moving up to Clarkson for $5,500? So Seth Curry or Clarkson? I'm assuming that's GBP. Yes, it is GBP. TJ, who do you like better?
I'd probably say Seth. I think if that game blows out there for Utah, like Jordan Clarkson could probably play like 25 minutes max. I think Seth will see run in a really good matchup against Washington, so I lean Seth there. Wow,
FanDuel, he's only $5,000 over. Yeah, on DraftKings, Jordan Clarkson is $6,400, so that's very expensive. That's all the questions I
have. Can you use the Houston guys on Super Draft? If so, how many would you recommend for tourneys? Kenny wants to know, Matt. I think Matt did talk about some of those multipliers and some of those Houston guys, so I definitely think they're viable.
Yeah.
Hudson asked, am I playing Michael Carter Williams in my one line? Honestly, Hudson,
you can,
because I had to do a lot of things here with my beard and stuff. I haven't got to my one line yet, but right now I think he's viable. I just don't know if I'm going to do it. Probably going to be spending up for 3 studs tonight. Just throwing it out there that Matt still owes TJ Chick-fil-A. Thank you, J3.
Where is that coming from?
You owe me. It doesn't matter. Mark's got a lineup here. He's got Randall, Kevin Porter Jr., Jimmy Buckets, Olynyk, Embiid, Sterling Brown, KJ Martin. Oh, we read that, Mark. We do like that. TJ nailed my name. Let's go. I did get it. Internacious. I got it again. I'm a wagon. What else do we have here? DeJounte Murray or Collins. We did answer that. Sabonis or Zion. I kind of like Sabonis in tournaments. Big tournament here. We have Chas and Randall, Sexton, 86%. So Kevin Porter Jr., Gay, Joe Val, Jamal Murray, Sterling, and Zion. That's definitely contrarian. I like that, Blake. Sabonis or Zion. Drew knows that he has to exclamate when he asks, so I agree there. We already ran GBP lineup. We have Murray, Bacon, LeBron, Mark, Embiid, Randall, Kevin Porter, and Gobert. Honestly, Mark, if you're entering that into like a smaller GPP, that's probably going to be a little bit chalky. So I think for small GPPs, that's going to be good. But for like a bigger tournament, I think you want to get contrarian in maybe one other spot there besides Gobert. I think all those other guys are going to carry some
All right,
ownership.
TJ, it's time. 725.
Ooh,
So
thanks to the Noel pick. Turned $85 off of 5. Let's go.
Nice job. Nice
Sir
job.
Oogie.
Yeah, there's a
Let's
lot
go,
of
baby.
Noel guys in
Horford
our
or Horford?
Discord.
Paradox, give me Horford. Go on, Matt.
All right, we're going to go ahead and sign off, TJ. 25. So with all that being said, guys, have a great rest of your night. We will talk to you tomorrow for tomorrow's slate, and let's cash.
Love you guys. Good luck.
And it's shining through. They say you're beautiful and damn it's true. You know I wouldn't wanna lie to you, so trust me when I say yeah, 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 yeah. I found love and I live for you. Yeah, 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 yeah. I found love and it's all for you.
Hey, Matt. Guys, I think you can hear me, Matt. Are we still live? Okay, real quick. We didn't give out our core, so I'm going to go ahead and give it out now to the people that haven't left. Embiid, Kevin Porter Jr., KJ Martin, and I'm going to throw Jimmy Butler in there. Love you guys.